What can Phil Collins reveal to you about odd time signatures? And Phil's most famous for big pop tunes, those 7 #1 hits, and In the Air Tonight, The Big Phil, throwing around tambourines. But he also had a tendency for devious and unusual time signatures. So let's explore how we can approach odd time signatures from the Genesis song Turn It On Again with Phil Collins on drums. Let's get into the verse of Turn It On Again. We find that in the 70s, Genesis were more explosive when they used odd time signatures. You'd get this sort of thing. And then we get to the 80s and they start to be a bit sneaky about it. They start to disguise what they're doing. In this tune, what we've got is basically disco. Right? So you've got this pulse on the kick. Got the hi-hats playing the 8th notes. And then you have some snare. However, the snare is not consistently. And at no point does it really feel like it's in 4, but it does feel danceable. It's disguised, it's a disguised odd time signature. So how to break this down? Let me know in the comments, what do you think the timing is? What do you hear? And what is the key to unlocking it all? So for me, I would always start with the clave. What's the feel of the song? What is the riff, if you like? The word clave is a word I've borrowed from Brazilian music. And it's to mean that riff. What is the band playing? So with this, we have this piano tune. Da 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 da. I should have checked the key of that before recording this. So, what do you think? Where are the strong beats there? Let me tell you how I hear it. We have this first one. Da, 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 da. To me, it's 2 groups. We have da, 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 da. And actually, if you're just kind of feeling it out and you haven't quite been able to get it, and this isn't intuitive for you, try exactly that. Play the hi-hat and do a kick or a crash on those strong beats where you find them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then all we need to figure out is where does this snare go? So we can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you get a double snare, and that's where it is. It's on 6 and 7. So it is a bar of 6, and then a bar of 7. And it will sound like this. Etc., etc. And that is the bare bones essence of the verse. There's obviously other stuff going on, and let's just fill in those blanks as well. Hey friend, we'll jump back to the video in just a moment, but I want to offer you an option to fast track your drumming skills. You see, there's a lot of great content out there, but the fastest way I ever found to improve was to find someone who could deliver and develop a personalized curriculum that would help me play what I wanted to play. And because it's been so powerful for me, I want to offer it to you right now. You can jump on a free one-to-one call with me. On that call, we will discuss 3 things. Number 1, what are your goals? Number 2, we'll diagnose what's stopping you hitting those goals. Number 3, we'll map out your next 5 moves towards that playing breakthrough that you need. Now, there's 2 reasons I offer this. Firstly, because I love seeing people win. Secondly, because I do have a program called Pro Level Pathfinder, where I help students implement this curriculum that we map out on the call. And if I reckon you're a good fit for that program, we'll definitely talk about that. But regardless, the purpose of this initial call is to see you succeed and have all the joy you can possibly get from playing the drums. Link to book your call in the description, and I'll see you there. It depends where you are in your drumming journey as to how easy you find open hi-hats and moving your left foot around in general. even intermediate to advanced players can still struggle with it, because ultimately 4 limbs is the brain breaker. 3 limbs, generally okay. Add in your left foot, suddenly everything's hard, right? Let's find where that open hi-hat is. If you listen to the song, it's most often in the gaps between the piano riff. So there it is, right after beat 7, or on the 7 and if you prefer. Now, there are 2 motions with your left foot with an open hi-hat. There's the up and the down, the open, the close, the open, the close. If you're trying to place an open hi-hat in any tune, I would always think of it that way. If you're struggling to get your left foot in quite the right place, I would think of it as an up and a down. Let's stick that up down into the count that we just had. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Up down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Up down. Next, just apply kick and snare, and you'll be there. If you're struggling still, layer in each limb gradually. Start with just that until you can place the open hi-hat, then add the snare. Alternatively, try the hi-hat and the snare. Find whatever works for you, but don't be afraid to break things down. Now that you have all the constituent parts, if you're struggling with something, or it's not as tight as you want, just take out a limb. Because remember, 4 limbs are the brain breaker. Practice 3, then you'll be in a solid place to add a 4th. And lastly, the smallest thing, the 2%. If you listen closely to this tune, Phil doesn't always keep his kick drum on those quarter notes. There are sometimes some cheeky little 8th notes in there, just for a laugh. They're fairly improvisational, and I would keep it that way. I wouldn't try and rigorously learn exactly where they come in every part of the song, because that might just destroy the spirit of what we're trying to do here. However, they most often happen over that hi-hat choke, like this. So that will be just another little flavour to add to your hi-hat choke. You'll have that right foot going down while your left foot is coming up. Like so. So what happens next? At 49 seconds, Genesis moves smoothly into this 4/4 around the line, I can show you, I can show you. And then you just have this standard disco. Anyway, that 4/4 stays there until around 1 minute and 13 seconds, something happens. Have a listen to the tune and see what you think. Something happens that is so crazy that I'm going to have to do a whole other video on it. So, to be continued. Well, I've loved hanging with you today and chatting about drums. If you want to see the next video, I would be honoured if you'd subscribe. You don't have to smash my like button, you can gently caress it. I'm a gentle soul. And next time on Drums with Pete, we get into the rest of the song. Yes, as if covert disco odd time signatures were not enough. There is actually more. There are some strange and weird drum things. Hits all over the place. Oh my goodness, what are they? Are they an odd time signature still? Or is it something more sinister? Video's here, let's find out. I'll see you there.